back to the channel. Hopefully you guys are having an awesome day. Just want to say I appreciate everybody supporting the channel, and it means a lot to me that you guys come back and watch more videos. So this is all about the ball pythons, well, the baby ones at least, and we're going to be feeding them. This is a live feeding, so hopefully that does not bother you. If it does, then I would not recommend watching any more than right now. If it doesn't bother you, then we can watch some very young ball pythons eat some young rats, and they are all on rats, which is very awesome. Depending on what breeder that I got them from, when they all came to my house, they all ate rats with no problems. You really want your snakes to be on rats, because if they're on mice, it can be difficult to transition them to rats, and sometimes if they get stuck on mice, they will never swap over, so you have to feed them multiple meals at once. And sometimes it does take them just a little bit longer to get up to size if you want to breed them. So that 1,000 gram might not come in 2 years. It might, or sometimes it might come in a 2 year, 2.5 years, or maybe 3 years. So you're pushing your projects out even longer. But some people like to feed the mice, which is perfectly fine. I have snakes right out of the egg that are eating rat pups, and it barely even leaves a lump on them, and no regurgitations at all. So I think that's an awesome thing, that we can have snakes that do very well on rat pups. So we'll feed these 3 right now, and then we will swap over to the other ones. We'll feed this one first since she's the youngest. This is a female banana pied, so we'll see how she does. And of course she's gonna miss. I really don't want her to bite my fingers. There we go, perfect. And then we'll see that when she eats it, that it does barely leave a lump in her body. But I do have the hides out, I do have the water out of here, and a lot of these should be going into shed fairly soon. So we'll feed the black pastel pied. This is a female, so I do have 2 females. One is a year older at about almost 600 grams, so we'll see if she wants to eat. And I really like this girl, and I know I just made a video 2 days ago on all of the baby ball pythons, but I like her because she is very, very high white with just a little bit of marking on her head, and I really don't mind that on some pieds. So I don't know how long we're really gonna have to wait for her, because I do have a camera stuck in her face, but there we go. Perfect. And another thing is, so I know it's not the greatest to hear them make that noise, but this is the Fire Enchi Clown female, and we don't want the snakes, or we don't want the mice to suffer, because we like all living animals and we don't want them to be harmed, but my snakes are just a little bit more important than the rats. And some people say this is unethical, but I mean, gassing them and freezing them, I don't know if that's even better. I mean, we're still killing an animal. But I forget where I was going with this. Oh yeah, the rat pups. So the rat pups, they do have some teeth, but they don't have very strong jaws. So you can actually leave the rat pups in with your snake overnight if it doesn't eat very quickly, because they won't do any damage. Now, I would not leave anything in the enclosures a lot bigger than a weaned rat, because then you could have a rat that will harm, eat, or kill your snake. But as a rat pup, you can toss one in there and just leave it, and you won't have any issues. So let's go on to the next bunch of ball pythons. Okay, so now we have a male mahogany pied, and this one should eat pretty well. I haven't had any issues with him eating or not eating since I got him, so real excited about this guy right here. Awesome patterns, really nice markings, and right next to him we have a female pastel pied, very, very high on the markings. Sometimes the mahogany does take just a little bit of time for him to search out and eat the item. So I guess the one thing that I would say is I'm gonna hit on it again. I don't like seeing any live animal die or suffer, so I don't like to put these videos out there so people can just get their little kick on seeing animals die. But this is the reality of the nature, and sometimes if you own ball pythons as babies, they will not eat frozen thawed right from the beginning. So you will most likely have to feed them live. So I don't know, maybe seeing it on YouTube or Instagram before you buy a ball python, maybe it could get a little easier for you on the feeding. I don't know. So then we have a female Enchi Ivory, which is the super yellow belly pied, and this girl, she looked a little brighter a couple days ago, so she might be going into shed. And then these ones really aren't doing too much. I do have a bright light on them, so that's probably stressing them out. Normally, I would say they do like to eat probably more in the dark, where they're more comfortable. But we'll just kind of see really quickly. All right, there we go. Again, I do apologize for that noise. I know that it does disturb quite a few people, and I wish they didn't make those noises, honestly, because you know, I don't think they're suffering. I think it just scares them because they basically have the blood flow and the airflow taken out of their bodies very, very quickly. So we only have 3 more to feed, and this lady right here is taking forever. So we got some snakes down there finishing up. We'll just go over here and we'll feed the 3 on the ARS rack. Alright, so let's look at this lady right here. This is a Enchi Fire Yellow Belly Pied. She's a 2021, and this girl looks really, really nice. Awesome, awesome markings. And she's normally a very good eater for me. But I normally don't videotape the live feedings. I do put some on the Patreon, but not a whole bunch. And this girl, so I mean, it's kind of like I do have the light in her face, and she's probably a little bit out of her comfort zone. So we'll just kind of back up just a little bit. And that that rat looks like it's on its way out. So we'll go up here to the Superfly Clown. We'll see if she wants to eat. And normally they're not this shy, so it's a little, like I said, I don't normally have a bright light in their face either, but just trying to show you guys some good lighting on them. That is a little small for her, so she's a 2021 as well, so I think the next time I go get rats, I'll have to bump the size up just a little bit. But we'll see what happens. Looks like she's wanting to eat, getting a little curious. Maybe. I don't know. Come on. I know the suspense is killing us right now. So it's kind of like if you see one snake eat, there we go. Once you see one eat, you see them all. So it's not like it's something that crazy. We'll just go with the Orange Dream Enchi Leopard Pied. This is a male. Really, really excited about him for future. We'll see if he eats. For some reason they're all being kind of shy right now, and then we'll just leave really awesome markings on him. So I really don't think this one's gonna make it very far, unfortunately. So I guess it is a little. Now this is one thing that I would never do with the boas. I just put my hands in here and I almost got bit from her. But with the boas, I would never ever stick my hands in with the snakes, messing around with dead, frozen, or alive rats. And as we're waiting for her, this lady's eating right here. I really love the colors on the bananas when they're babies, so they do tend to dull out. I wouldn't say they dull out, they just turn very, very yellowy, so they lose a lot of these dark purplish colors when they get, you know, a couple years old, which is kind of a bummer. I would kind of like to see what it would look like if fire was added into the banana pieds. That might keep, I know it would brighten the colors, I don't know if it would keep the purple colors in there, but this girl is amazing on eating. And then some of these other snakes are chowing down. And then this girl right here is just going to do pretty much whatever she wants. So I don't have my snake hook, so I guess we're not going to be able to watch her, but she will eat. Let's not worry about that. And let's just take a couple of seconds to watch this, some of these snakes just completely finish their food.